Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. So every week we do a weekly update and a weekend update, and today is your weekend update. We got so much to cover, guys. So much going on in the space. It's been such an amazing week. Us at Ordinal Revolution had such a great week, from French Montana on Monday all the way to everything that's happening today. And we have really a lot to talk about. Our portfolios are at an all-time high. We hope yours are the same. And if you're a member of our YouTube channel and you get the member-only videos, there is no excuse for your portfolio not to be at an all-time high. So we just appreciate you guys, man. Check out our membership program. Let's get this damn show on the road. Let me bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much. Just feeling excited. Definitely feel better than I felt back in December when things were booming, right? Because I think we just weren't ready for it. We had so much PTSD from the bear market. We were like, oh my God, we should be happy, but it was so anxiety ridden. But this time feels good, man. Like, we're ready. Yeah. Everything's, all the wheels are turning, and so it's exciting for sure.
Yeah, to your point there, like, for me, it's a lot easier to hold these JPEGs, right? I don't know. For some reason, I have a hard time holding meme tokens, and we're starting to get to the point in the cycle where a lot of IDOs are happening, a lot of VCs are in the space, a lot of things going on at ETH Denver. I hear big things coming from BitSmiley and everything over there. Big partnerships happening. So there's a lot of innovation happening, and I think we're kind of getting away from the meme part of it and actually having real projects building, especially on these layer 2s.
Yeah, no, 100%. Most of them are technically side chains. There's an official layer 2, but that is the buzzword, and everybody's using it. Let's be honest, from Stacks to Merlin to B Squared, everybody. So, but yeah, there is definitely like innovation happening. And if you came into the space like when we did, at least, or earlier, man, you're in a good spot. Right. One great thing that I noticed from my Twitter timeline from ETH Denver was it was an ordinal invasion, right? Like that, to where or Bitcoin ecosystem invasion, I should say. And you saw a lot of East and West kind of mingling and stuff. Like a lot. You saw like Alex Labs there. You saw, I think like there was some other representatives probably of Unisat and stuff like that there too. And it was really good to see that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, you had Francis Dune boots on the ground there, and that's how I saw a lot was going on. We're obviously not in Denver right now. We're doing a transition to full time, so we'll be able to do all these conferences and stuff in the future. So we can't wait to get started with that stuff. I think our first conference is going to be Nashville. No, I think we might be doing Hong Kong, right?
Yeah, so that's something that we got to decide on pretty soon, because it is coming up in May, I believe. But for sure, Nashville, and that will, if we miss Hong Kong, then Nashville will be kind of like our starting spark, I guess you could say, of all these conventions, because it's great to be there, guys, because you get to see the new innovative technology that's coming to Bitcoin, and they're exciting.
100%. And if you guys want tickets to Nashville or the Hong Kong, they're both by the amazing people at Bitcoin Magazine. And if you go to ordinalrevolution.com, you guys can click the little button at the top and get your tickets 20% off. So check that out if you're interested. Let's get the show on the road, man. What do you want to hit on first?
Well, let's actually talk about Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin is, been making a lot of noise. Let me grab my screen and get it ready here. Just add it to the stage. Here we go. All right. So I actually pulled up the daily chart here, and you can kind of see that, like, from the stochastic RSI, like we came up into like this overbought section, but this is the daily, so this is not something that's going to move very quickly. Every day there's another candlestick, right? So this is somewhere to where it's like, okay, we've moved up into this aggressive period, and it looks like we'll probably end up staying up here, right? So because we just kind of got up here at this tippy top. I expect for us to kind of swing maybe 5K back and forth for March, and unless that buy pressure is just continually immense, like with the institutions, and it continues to drive that price up. I've heard a couple of things about that. I've heard people say, well, it's not, there's no supply shock. There's tons of Bitcoin available OTC. We know that. I think it's more of like just the idea that like the number of Bitcoin being bought by institutions, it wasn't there like last cycle, and it's there now. And plus you know, the mine Bitcoin is the same number it's been the past 4 years, but that's about to change in April. So if there's not a supply shock now, then there has to be one in April, right? Don't you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's gonna be a supply shock coming for the next 500 days. I think that we're about to see numbers that you thought were unimaginable, and I think we're on the very. I mean, Plan B hit the first red dot on his chart. We're officially in a bull market according to him, and I'm going by his law until like he's proven completely wrong. I think obviously everyone knows my number of 700K, so we're 10x from that. So
Exactly. And if you look here, like January 21st is kind of like this came up all the way up over here. It's like this is a daily, right? So you can see it kind of this isn't where it like necessarily like started to go crazy, but this is where it started to turn around in that last bull market. But then you see the peaks and they can hang out up here and overbought for a while. Yeah, it did correct a little bit, but that's all the way in January. We're right now in, let's see, March. So it's more of
yeah,
like this time period, and it's going to be different than, last cycle, but you can see like they hang out in the overbought and oversold for a while. So it could be exciting to see like how long we're going to stay here. But what
yeah.
do you think? Do you think like because we have been overbought for a while. You
Yeah,
can
but
see like,
if you go back even further, back to 2017, I feel like if you look at this real quick right here, right, very highly manipulated, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I feel like that was a high, like you had Sam Bankman-Fried, you had these guys is really trying to make money and by shorting and longing, and I feel like it was highly manipulated. And then if you go over to where Sam Bankman-Fried got fired, or arrested, go the other way, yeah, you can keep going. So in November, right? You stop seeing the keep going to 2022,
November.
November 2022. You could see now, like there's barely any like
Yeah,
difference.
yeah,
Like
it's not
you know what I
there's no
mean?
chopping. It's not choppy
Yeah.
really, right?
There's
Yeah. So this
nobody
was
sending it high and dropping it low and sending it high and dropping it low. And I think that's the reason why. But if you go to 2017, you'll see it looks like today.
and that's what everybody's comparing this bull
Yeah.
market to, is
Look at that
2017.
one. Like that's
Yeah.
a non-manipulated. I mean, obviously there was some manipulation, but look at that, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a straight up, and I think that we're gonna get something like that this time around.
100%, man. You can totally see this manipulation. There was a lot of stuff happening though,
Yep.
COVID, stimulus. And
Yep.
so they were like, oh, this is the opportunity for us to get rich. Like double greed happened here,
Yep.
like big time, and when greed happens, like over, like there's just so much like an abundance of it. That's
Yep.
whenever really bad things happen. And that's what happened. And then the bear market like lasted for a while, right? And then now we're kind of back into this fresh new bull market. So yeah, I mean, I think you have a great point. It does look very similar to 2017, and it looks like it could be a clean bull market, but we'll have to see kind of how that plays out. Okay, so I think last time we spoke, we actually skipped the kind of guess of where Bitcoin would
Yeah.
be, but it's sitting at 62,239 is the price right now. Where are you seeing this thing by Wednesday?
On Wednesday, I see we're at us at around 71,000. We'll break the all-time high.
So you feel like the first week of March is really gonna jolt it up? And do you see any
We
pullback at all in March, or no?
not. I think we have six weeks of green. I think the next 6 weeks will lead us right into the halving, and I think the next 6 weeks is gonna be great for ordinals and even better for Bitcoin. I think this is gonna be the time where ordinals do not fall against Bitcoin, but actually rise with Bitcoin. But I think the next, after we dip after having the next leg up, you're going to see kind of the ordinals go down against Bitcoin, but up against the dollar.
Yeah, yeah. I say that we kind of hang around between like 65 and 70 this next 2 weeks actually, because we definitely have been like just we've been running up, right?
Yeah.
And it's we're just not used to seeing that, right? Because like obviously I'd rather have the super cycle than the left translated cycle, but at the end
Yeah.
of the day, both are huge opportunities. One's just a shorter time period than the other. So
So what's your number? I got 71K. You got
I'll say 66.5. Yeah, 66.5 by Wednesday.
all right, locked in. You guys heard
All
him.
right. All right. So we'll go ahead and pull that down and then we'll jump into you can go ahead and pick the next one.
All right, all right. I guess we'll just jump right into this. So there's rumors, and there's nothing on the internet yet, but probably be announced Monday morning. But Unisat, the leading, I want to say the former leading BRC20 marketplace, and OKX, the new BRC leading marketplace, have now become partners. These are both Asian companies with, with very friendly ties, and now they're finally putting their heads together and they're saying, let's build for the space, let's build for the pioneers, let's build for us, and let's build for this entire ecosystem the best we can. And with a partnership like this, you got Lorenzo, you got OKX, absolutely perfect marriage. And I truly believe that this is another reason why I think ordinals and BRC20s and everything really take a step like a leg up. And guys, this is the first time that we're actually getting utility tokens, governance tokens, stuff like that are BRC20s because of Merlin and what everything's going on over there. So you're going to see a lot of tokens, BRC20s, that are now have staking mechanisms and stuff on Merlin. So it's going to get exciting. And now you have this on the layer 1 and the Merlin stuff on the side chain layer 2, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to get very exciting. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the two largest players in the BRC20 market joined forces, and I think that they saw, some competitors kind of pop up. Omnisat, you have Ordiswap, they have some other people working on, other protocols, and then Runes is coming up. So maybe they're just like, hey, let's just work together, build something super robust, and like once Runes is ready, then we can onboard it easily. So we have both of our teams working together.
Yeah.
Again, this is not official. This is just kind of word through the grapevine that we heard. So this could be wrong, but we're hoping it's right because I think it actually would be good for the space to consolidate those two, right?
Yeah.
Now, who do you think this is better for, Unisat or OKX?
I think this is kind of like Unisat kind of throwing the white tail in. Basically, I think this is way better for OKX than it is Unisat, just because Unisat was the first, first is first. It has that name, it has that garnish, and I think that potentially OKX seen that, and OKX is going to absorb Unisat in my opinion. It's not going to be the other way around. And I think this is way better for OKX than it is Unisat.
Well, I mean, depending on how you look at it, what angle you look at it, it could be better for Unisat if they were struggling, you know what I mean? And then they were picked up and kind of found like like not necessarily an exit, but like a kind of like, throw me some rope here so I can, not fall off,
Yeah.
So
Or throw me some money.
yeah, you get what I'm saying though. So like
Yeah.
it could, depending on the angle, it could be better for each side, right? So it sounds like just a really good situation. And I hope that the solutions that they come up with are, to make the user experience a better one. And then I think like the whole space wins, right?
100%.
So
Yeah, I think this is a win-win for ordinals, win-win for BRC20s, and win-win for ecosystem. So
yep. And we had I'm so Chris on whenever this kind of news broke last Friday when we were
yeah.
live, and he was really bullish on Sats because of this. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like Sats gets like a bump up because of this, or doesn't really affect it?
It's hard for me. I'm just not a guy who I don't really like Sats because it doesn't have that utility thing. I know Unisat's taking it as gas, but will that also be the gas of OKX as well? It's just
Well,
I just don't know.
if they consolidate platforms, and then it could be right. So maybe we wait and see and get more information out, and then it could be really bullish for Sats,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
maybe not.
And I'm one of those people too. Like I want the next gen BRC20s. I don't look backwards. I look forward. I'm not going to be buying Ordi. I'm not going to be buying Sats. I'm not going to be buying Track. I'm not going to be buying anything that pumped last time. I want the pumps of the next time. I want the new
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure. For sure. All right. I want to jump here because you and I saw this and we were just
Yeah.
like, man, that's freaking amazing looking. And let me see. Let me
It's
grab
so
it real
cool,
quick.
dude. I'm so impressed by Leonidas and his team because it looks so phenomenal, guys. I'm not even like a Leonidas fanboy. If you guys watch the show, you know that. But what he did with this, it looks so good, so good.
Yeah. So runestones have been inscribed, and I believe, all the ones that were inscribed were on the largest block ever mined in Bitcoin. Wasn't that the case? That's what I heard.
Yeah,
But man, you have to imagine if you might be right. Like, because we were talking recording that maybe these are all individually inscribed, and people will get the actual 3D file. But I was like, man, I can't imagine it's got to be way too expensive. But if they created that block to be huge, could be. But anyways, let's look at this guy, man. This guy
I
is
know.
freaking amazing. It's glistening. It's freaking,
The detail is spectacular.
I love it. I love it. And it's like it shines, it glistens. So, we've been anticipating this. It was
Yeah,
kind of like the node monkeys we've been waiting for, for a very long time, and yeah, the detail is so amazing. And so people are waiting for this to drop, and it
yeah.
sounds like it could be today. Do you think it drops today?
I think it does. I think I'm really hoping we don't miss it after doing this recording. But so we're gonna be checking on that. We might see a pause in the middle. But I do. I think Sunday, Leonidas understands that a lot of people might be at work and stuff tomorrow morning. So I think it launches in the next few hours.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so like we've seen some really successful, runes vaults slash miners and all this stuff. Like with Arsic, you have Runes Guardian, which is not as valuable as Arsic, but Arsic's really been the best performer, right?
Yeah.
Up until now. And I think it's going for like $5,000, a little over $5,000. Do you believe that a Runestone outperforms Arsic in terms of total market cap? Because price point probably won't, because there's way more Runestones than R6, but like market cap is really where we can determine the difference. How do you feel?
Yeah. So I think so. I think Leonidas has like a platform like we do, right? He has a marketing platform that he doesn't even really utilize because of it being the podcast and with Trevor, and they do 3 to 4 hours and they're going to be talking about it. Like R6 doesn't have that. And every single time they go live, people are going to ask them about the R6 because everyone just wants information. I'm sorry, ask them about the Runestones because everyone's just going to want information and stuff like that. So to me, I truly believe that every single show something is going to be talked about where it's going to get people more and more bullish. And I think every Wednesday, I think their show is right. What's the day of their show?
Well, they used to do it every day, but I don't
Okay.
know. They changed that up when it was slower, so maybe it's back to every day. But
Yeah.
I think every Wednesday at least.
Yeah, for sure. So I think, at least once a week or twice a week, or whatever they do, it's going to get pumped during that show. People are just going to get excited. They're going to get excited about hearing it. It's kind of like if we did something every day, So if we did a show every day and then we talked about our product, it would probably do well because after the show, people might get FOMO. And I think that's the same thing that they're going to be doing as well. So.
Yeah, and if you're a member of Ordinal Revolution YouTube channel, then you'll kind of hear what our strategy is with Runestone, because we definitely have one.
Yeah.
But I think people are gonna definitely have a strategy with this. This is my favorite already because of the art, the 3D and stuff. I love it. But
And for today, guys, if you're not a member yet, don't become members today, because I don't want a lot of people knowing the strategy, because it's going to totally mess up my my goal here to get a whole bunch of these. So do not become members today. Become members tomorrow. Don't watch the video from earlier today. Don't do it. Just play your own strategy. Don't follow mine, because I want to do strategy without getting destroyed. But yeah,
for sure, for sure. All right. So that's something exciting to look out for today.
yeah,
Can you talk about this? This is like
yeah.
kind of not so big on the Western side, but like, obviously there's a lot of people finding out about it, and it seems like it's going to be a big deal.
This is a huge deal. This is bigger than you absolutely think. Like, this is absolutely amazing, guys. And I was talking about this last week. I had members video about this. Like, I was telling everyone to get these at 0.34. I was so bullish on this, and the reason I got bullish on it because I was in a Genie Data Spaces and Jeff came in, and I wasn't expecting anything to hear about this. And Jeff straight up says, he says this is going to have a governance token, and this is going to have an airdrop. And I just wanted two together. I was like, you're going to hold this, and he said putting it in the seal will get you that airdrop. So for me, I was like, oh wow. So I bought a couple, and then back then they were like 1,500 to 2,000. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want more of these. And I was getting a little, that's that FOMO in my stomach. So Node Monkeys popped. So I made a decision. I have 2 Node Monkeys. Well, now I have 1 because I sold a bunch of my Node Monkeys and bought a bunch of these. So guys, so just so you guys know, like, I'm highly invested in this, right? But I'm expecting this to go to 0. And let me explain.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this to go to 0 because once the airdrop is done, there's no reason to hold these. But I think that airdrop is going to be so lucrative to where it makes it worth the entire thing. I think this gets about 20% of the supply. And I think, by holding, I hold a good amount of these, and I think my stake in holding the governance token will be absolutely amazing. And let me explain what the governance token is. Governance token is going to be a DAO token, right? So I think this is going to be a maker DAO type thing for Merlin, which is perfect. Merlin needs that. And what MakerDAO is, it's basically a stable token that is over collateralized, and it's over collateralized by Ethereum. So this is going to be over collateralized by the Merlin token. So we're going to lock up a crap ton of the Merlin token, and you're going to get this over collateralized stablecoin. It's probably going to be collateralized by USDT and USDC as well to kind of keep it together. And when maybe the bits, Bit Smiley token and stuff like that eventually down the line as well. Once it gets, I don't think you can put the Bit Smiley token as backing. But yeah, exactly. But I'm just so bullish on this. I have a bunch of these and I still want more. And I don't feel that way about a lot of things. And I just think that this is going to be a BRC20, and it's going to be on Merlin, and it's going to be a governance, and it's going to be an airdrop. It's like it hits all this buzzwords. They're sitting right now at 0.72. This is easily 0.1 by next week. There's 55% of these locked up in Merlin Seal, and I can't even dump on you guys. I can't even sell these if I wanted to because they're locked in the Merlin Seal. And I'm not, I don't want them, I want them out of the Merlin Seal. I want them locked in there because I don't want to be stupid if it gets to 0.3 and sell them, because I think that token is going to be so much more valuable than any token over there. Because if you look at the MakerDAO token, it's like $5. It was like $5,000. It was insane.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a low supply and everything, but I truly believe that this is going to be life changing for me. So, but
yeah, I mean, there's so many. Yes, there's so many things that like are up and coming that we aren't thinking about right now, and because we're just focused on Bitcoin, it's at 62,000, and then some of the stuff that has been around for a while, the price is going up. But there's new stuff that's coming in that are airdrops or new DeFi projects that are going to be launched, and they're going to have a lot of stuff attached to them. This is just another one, right? So it's for sure exciting. And another thing too, you brought up that these are locked into the seal. And I've noticed, right off the bat, I think there was a lot of people looking at prices once the seal started, and we're kind of like, that's weird. We expected things to kind of shoot up, yeah. You know what I mean? And take off. But now that's happening. So it's weird. It's kind of like the ETF, right? Like everybody's like, why is the Bitcoin price not going up? And then it took like 3 weeks. And then after that, like it's been going ballistic. And that could be happening for things that are in the seal. Let's talk about stuff that are in the seal. Yep. Node monkeys are in the seal. I think 30% of them are locked up. Can you pull up the percentage of what's locked up here? Yeah. So
we got 56% of the Bitcoin. What? That can't be right.
No. That's there's another chart actually that's better than that.
Over here, let me see.
Yeah. The first one. That one right there. Okay. So go to the Node monkeys.
Well, you just go up here. You can type this. You get an NFTs.
Yeah. So 8 point. If you scroll down there, 8.88% are locked up. Right. So that's one thing. Node monkeys have been taken off. Also, like if you look at the minerals, the top 85% of the total mineral back. If you press your back button,
Yeah. BRC
just go to
420s.
all. Just go to all. Yeah.
Okay.
In the top 85%, and that's
Wow.
been shooting up like crazy, right? Like
Yeah.
I think the price was sitting at $800 for the longest time, and then right now, if I'm looking at it, it's $1,481, almost $1,500.
God, it's just not
Exactly.
stopping.
Yeah, and if you go to Music Box is $1,723. That was sitting at $1,000 forever. The Blue Wand is at $241. That was sitting at like $100. So everything that is locked up is being affected positively so far in terms of price point that we can see, at least, right? So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting once the M tokens are released, because we talked a little bit about that. We'll see what happens once that happens. But right now, things are going crazy.
Oh my, dude, insane, man, absolutely insane. Wow, look at the bit smiley though, dude. To my point here, 61% is locked up.
Yeah, that's a lot, and that's
There's
also
only 10,000 of them. There's only 4,000 that are 3,900 that are available.
Yep, and that's one of the reasons probably why BitSmiley is going crazy right now in terms of price. It's going up, a lot.
Yeah.
So,
and Jeff just dropped some news on our spaces. He said that their BitSmiley is now Merlin only.
Yeah, which is wild if that's the case, because they're trying to be a stable token on native Bitcoin. And if that's the case, man, and they've locked up BitSmiley to be only working with this side chain, then that's really big for Merlin.
I agree. I'm excited, bro. I'm so excited.
For sure.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide.
All right. What else we got? Well, we just went to bitmap.date. Do we want to touch on that?
Yeah, let's just show them. Yeah. Let's just show them something. I can add that real quickly. So, okay. So obviously we just showed this. But if you go to bitmap.date, we don't understand the name of it, but it works amazing. We wish it was more like bitmap.seal or something, but who cares? And then so you can kind of go over here. These two are the ones that I've already used. And if you go to the seal here, there's little tiny things up here. You can barely see them, but they're here. So you can predict your earnings, right? This is really cool because if you have, let's just say,
make sure you go to, you just click English. There you go.
There you go. So let's just say you have, I don't know, 100,000 points, and you're getting, so every Bitcoin you get 10,000 points. So let's just say you have, 100,000
10,000
points
a day.
It's 10,000 a day. So check calculate, and this is really cool. So if you are anywhere near this, you're going to be getting potentially $14,000 in free Merlin worth. So it depends on the price of the Merlin token. Right now, the price on the market, because you're buying it pre-sale, so it's not even available yet. But so you're taking some risk. It's OTC. It's $2.20, which is insane.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm so bullish on the Merlin token. And then 14,000. Oh man, and I think this is the number. I think this hits $8. So this is like $60,000 in free money potentially.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we can never know exactly where the valuation is going to be, but just imagine if Bitcoin's at like 120,000, like in September or October.
Yeah.
Right. So,
oh man, and you can call me a Merlin boy all you want, guys. This is gonna be life-changing money for me because I am playing this so well. Obviously I'm all dependent on the Merlin team. Like they gotta kick ass for me to get the life-changing wealth that I think I'm gonna earn from this. But this is only one of the few many things that's going to be popping off of Merlin. There's so many dApps with free airdrops. We're gonna here at Ordinal Revolution, we're gonna use every single one of these things, and that is another reason why we're going full time, because we need to play with every single dApp and every single application that comes, and so we're able to maximize our airdrops and maximize our airdrops for our members as well, because all this information is going to be poured into the members on the YouTube channel. So
100%. So guys, use this tool if you want to kind of estimate what you think you might be getting back. And then you can also see what's locked up on that first link as well. So bitmap.date, DATE is the URL. So yeah. So speaking of the, BRC 420s and Merlin and stuff, mineral partners with Merlin Starter. All users participating in the Merlin Seal staking minerals are eligible to receive airdrop rewards and Merlin Starter points, star points. So, I mean, are these star points going to be redeemable? Or are you going to be able to redeem like the actual token for the dApps, or what does it go for?
So as of right now, the star points are, so the more star points you have, the more allocation you can provide to these launches. So you
Gotcha.
need points to be able to allocate. Right now I have 0 star points, so I can't allocate to anything. But
Gotcha.
now once they start giving me the points for staking my minerals, then I'm going to be able to get into some of these higher launches. And I really want to get into some of these Merlin launches because I feel, again, playing with these dApps and getting in these IDOs and stuff like that. Obviously, it's very risky. I'm only going to be doing with money that I'm okay with losing. It's where it's a bad day and not a bad year. So that, or a bad month for that instance. So for me, it's like if I lose $1,000 in a day, not that big of a deal because something else is going to make me that, like the minerals made me like for insane amount of money today. And guys, if you were members, we talked about that on a $50 mint. Like, we made our members so much goddamn money. Where if you're not paying your damn $10, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, and it's never obviously financial advice. It's alpha, so you do with that as you will. But one thing I will say is that like this is a launch pad. First of all, Merlin's starter. It's a launch pad. A lot of these dApps are partnering with them. I'm not sure if they're going to be using them to launch, but they are partnering with them. And if you got in with the BRC 420 that's related to them, then you're in a good spot. Now, and you would have known about that if you were one of our members. But if you haven't, you still have a chance because they're still available on BRC 420, not financial advice. But they might be doing also a launch pad as well with them. I'm not sure. We'll get more information on that. But you can also visit Merlin Starter at merlinstarter.com. MERLINSTARTER.com, just to check them out. It's a pretty cool little layout here.
Merlin Starter what? I'm sorry.
.com. Yep.
Oh wow, this is cool.
Yeah, so they kind of have that like 90s Windows design there. So you can see the launchpad, airdrop, all that good stuff. Yeah, so they're not, I don't think they're ready for launch yet, but they should be soon. But yeah, we wanted to touch on that. And the last thing before we get into the actual markets, guys, is let's not forget about the original Bitcoin frogs. They definitely have been, my opinion, Shizzy's opinion as well, undervalued here. Yeah. But I think a lot of these other newer projects, and Node Monkeys aren't new, but they are newer than frogs, have been kind of taking the spotlight. But let's not get it twisted. Let's remember, like Bitcoin frogs, every time they're like slept on or people have been fading them, they always come back with a vengeance. Yeah. And that's something that we are expecting for them. They're sitting at 0.197, so they have bumped up a little bit. But this is like the original like 10K that's like was the popular one that everybody wanted in the beginning. Maybe not the first, but like the popular one.
And what's going to happen is no monkeys are going to get too expensive. Quantum cats are going to get too expensive. So people are going to go to the next ones. And it's definitely going to be Bitcoin frogs and puppets. I think the frogs and the puppets are going to be flying. This crap's going to be back here somewhere. But the frogs and the puppets are going to be in this 3 and 4 spot really soon, in my opinion.
Yep. With that being said, do you want to go ahead and just jump right into the Ordinal update since you have it right there?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so we got the no monkeys in that number 1 spot. And guys, I will move to the 7-day because I like to be on the weekly so you guys can go from weekend to weekend. So we got the node monkeys in that number 1 spot sitting at 0.773. This is up 300% on the week, guys. Man. Absolutely insane. Shout out to everyone who joined us in getting this. And I said it way back in the day. I know you're pissed about the way the team handled the mint, but this is a business decision. This ended up being one of the biggest decisions I've ever made. Actually, one of my biggest wins I've ever had. I took $4,000 into close to 80,000, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm still holding on one of my no monkey. Going to hold it forever. I like it, and I'm going to be putting it on my shirts and stuff where I can send notes. But I'm very excited for that. And then in that 2 spot, we got the Bitcoin puppets, dude. This was one of the biggest fades of my life. I am. Whew, Man, dude.
A lot of people made a lot of money on
I
that.
know. I faded it, but I'm still huge fans. Congratulations, puppets, man. I think you guys are absolutely amazing. That whole ecosystem. I am not a part of it, but I probably will be joining soon. Congratulations, you guys, puppets to the moon. I'm
Yep.
gonna skip this one because my mom said if I have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And then fourth spot, we got the Puppet Maxi Biz sitting at 0.0221. And we have the Quantum Cats 0.36. These things I'm very, very bullish on as well. Bullish on the team, bullish on everything that they have cooking for this as well. And then we have the in sixth spot, we have the R6 Meta Protocol sitting at 0.091. And then we have CCO. This is the puppets, right? These are cat puppets. Yeah, these are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, man. The puppets have so many derivatives, though. I hope
know.
that they slow down with that. And I don't think it's all coming from the same one. It's community
not.
members, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And at eighth spot, we got the Bitcoin Frogs, which, like I said, will be in the top four probably by Wednesday. I truly believe that. Okay, dude, I think I'm gonna win my bet here. We got or Maxi Biz putting at 9.3 with the frog, the Monks sitting at 0.773. I think Monks pass Maxi Biz.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. So you can kind of see why I was a bit hesitant, right? Whenever it came across those two, I just knew that Node Monks were heavy hitters. They are heavy hitters,
Yeah.
the people behind them. And so I knew they had a lot to catch up in terms of OMB, but they have caught up a lot, right? So I think when we discussed this, they were probably like, what, 0.43 or something?
Yeah.
And then they jumped to 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 this morning and got all the way to 0.81. So yeah, like one more day of this, they'll be right there neck and neck with OMB. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
If I was going to offer you that bet again, that's brand new bet, would you take it?
No, I probably would say that the Node Monks would probably close out. Now, the only thing that I can think of is like, the community from OMB saying, we can't let them pass us. And if that happens, then maybe they push over this, finish line. But we'll see. It's definitely, it's getting interesting. It's gotten interesting, and now it's getting close. So
100%. But I think the No Monkeys have more organic though too, because the reason why the Ordinal Maxi Biz is flying is because everyone wants the orange eyes, and to get an orange eyes, you got to be a holder of a Maxi Biz. So I feel like once the orange eyes are released, you're gonna see OMB back down to like 0.5 for the normal eyes. I think people are just gonna dump that because I mean the orange eyes are not free. You got to pay a good penny, but in order to get that whitelist to be able to give that penny, you have to hold one of these. So shout out to that community as well.
I want to ask you a question though,
Sure.
and it is about the ones that you don't love, and we'll keep it short. My question is, okay, I'm on board with you in terms of like the art. I don't really like the art. In terms of like the sales and volume though, it's there, right? So my question to you is like, when there's like volume and sales like that is kind of that high for something that might not be your flavor, do you like when you're giving let's just give like a transparent honest opinion on like, is this something that you feel like honestly runs out of gas, or do you feel like honestly like it could do something even though it might not be the greatest?
I don't think it does well at all. I think this just has hype right now, and it's brand new to Magic Eden. It has a lot of hype. It has a lot of going on, but these images are off chain. This is Ethereum. Just go to Ethereum. Like, to me, this is just not. And people are gonna say, "Oh, they're using recursion." Blah 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 blah. But when I buy this and it sits in my wallet, it does not look like this freaking cat, right? It doesn't. It's not. This cat doesn't exist. This is off chain images. It's I tried to avoid this, Yagobi. I tried to avoid this, and you brought me back into this trap.
Yeah, well, it's because we are a media arm, and it is our duty to cover the space, right? And so I think that like there's a certain responsibility, and we don't want to be CNN, right? Because like CNN doesn't cover certain things because they don't like it, and we just can't be like that. And at the end of the day, like you could still say I don't like them at all, and they're a piece of crap, but they're number 3 in terms of 24-hour volume, and that means something. I don't like the art either. My opinion, real quick.
It's not the art though. It's off chain. It's not. There's no art on this.
But also, you could say the same thing with bitmaps, and we had that discussion before. And that's not why you buy. That's not why you buy bitmaps unless you have a pristine punk.
You can't say this is for the art and then the art not be on chain. This is the same thing with Ethereum.
I agree with that. Like, if it is the art argument,
If you're
100%.
buying this for art, you're not fucking. Sorry, you don't own the art. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I tried to stay away, bro. I tried to stay
yeah.
away. This is a trash
But
can.
you got
dumpster
but
fire.
you got to be a good content creator, and that's what
I
we
know.
are trying to be, and that's what we're trying to cover. And I
hate
never
when you
want to
get
change
this.
you. I don't never want to change you. You're from Philly, so that's how y'all are. I mean, it is how it is, right? Like, and no one if someone wants Shizzy to change who he is, then don't watch our show. I'm gonna say that straight up, because I'll never want my partner to change, because that's that part of the success that he brings to the table. I bring my part of the success, and that's just how it is. That's how we got here. Anyways,
So, how do you feel about this? Everyone knows my opinion on it. You've never really expressed yours, so I'm gonna give you the stage to do that.
So I feel like I like the idea of digital matter theory and non-arbitrary tokens. I actually do like it. I don't like that it can like extremely oversaturate the non-arbitrary token space being led by Bitmap, as we always have known. And I wish things would have gone a bit different in the way that like it like came out. But at the end of the day, like that, everybody has their free will. You know, the invisible hand will make its decision. At this point, the invisible hand has said Natcats will be number 3 in total volume for the past 24 hours, and you got to say, okay, good job. You know, but we'll see if this lasts. That's the biggest thing, because in terms of like when I click on the images, they don't look very much different to me than the next one with a cigarette or something, eyes going one way or the other.
Stupid.
So for me, that's I'm not crazy about that. But the
look
theory,
at this, right? Look at that. 8,000 supply, 2,000 holders.
yeah. So
Like,
the
that's
distribution
terrible.
definitely needs to be better on that side. But
Somebody's waiting to dump on you guys. They're just waiting for a price point. Like, just be very
yeah,
careful with this, please. I don't want to see anybody in our community getting wrecked.
for sure. I mean, and that's the biggest thing is like, having the conversation about it is important, I think, though, even if it doesn't last longer than, a minute or whatever. And the fact that they are number 3, we got to kind of touch on it. And we did. So that's good enough.
Just be very careful with this, guys. These are at a really expensive price point. These are not in the Merlin seal. These will never be in the Merlin seal. So there's no locking them up and to earn Merlin tokens. So to me, it's just like, I mean, who knows? Jeff might add them. Jeff's that nice of a guy. Well, even though those guys don't support him anymore, he might still add their project. So, and this is Block Runner, so you're gonna get that advertisement from them. And if you don't like our show, I mean, feel free to go watch the Natty Ice show over there. So,
Yep. All right, cool. So we covered that.
Let me hit on the last 2 here. Wizards of Ord sitting at 0.028. I do not own any of these, but I'm very bullish on this. I like this project a lot. The art is on chain, and it looks absolutely amazing. I might pick some of these up, actually. So I'll let the members know if I do. And then we have in that 11th spot, we have Honey Badgers. Very bullish on this as well. So I'm not bullish on all of them. I'm not bullish on all of them. I'm bullish on the ones that are, if you go down to here, and you go to inscription height and you go to 100K, I love these ones. Like all the low numbers here, because they're really low inscriptions. These are lower than the node monkeys. Very huge on this. I wish the entire collection was under sub there. They probably would be up there with node monkeys, but I'm still very bullish on the ones that are. And jumping back to Magic Eden, we have in that last spot there, we have Bitmaps really taking a hit because the Block Runner guys don't really talk about it anymore, but here at Ordinal Revolution we do talk about it, and we are very bullish. And again, these images are not on chain, but you don't buy this crap for the art. You don't buy bitmaps for the art. I didn't mean to call them crap, but you don't buy bitmaps for the art. That's why I'm not big in the prestige punks. I'm not big into any of that crap because it's not on chain. To me, you buy it for the address. I'm buying it for this address, which I'm going to be able to use in the metaverse. And these pictures are just showing me the transactions inside. It's just data, but I don't look at this like art. I'm not buying this to put on my wall. It's like I'm buying this to play in the metaverse that 15, 20 teams that are building. So yeah.
No, I agree with you. I do want to say that the Block Runners actually just dropped a video on Bitmap, so I don't want us to look like we don't know what's going on the timeline. But I will say that, like,
I stopped watching though. I used to be huge fans of them, but I don't know.
I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion, taste, and everything. So, like, that's fine that you don't watch them and you don't care for them and stuff like that. That everybody's entitled to that. The one thing that I'll say is that, like, yeah, that definitely seemed like there was like a, is probably like some sort of division between like, groups and stuff. And like, I don't like, I don't want to put up with that drama. That's just little girly drama, right? So there, for
100%.
us, like, we're just gonna move forward and do what we do and what we're involved in, and try to cover as much of the space as possible.
Yeah.
Shizzy didn't want to talk about Natcats, but I was like, we are going to talk about it because of what we do, and Shizzy's okay with that because we understand each other, man. Like, you guys think that we don't bump heads like we do all the time, but we're like brothers, man. And we've been in this for so long, and we know where we're all going. If you're in that camp, our camp, it don't matter. We're all heading to hopefully Valhalla, But anyways.
But real quick, Ordinal Revolution will be the #1 show because we work harder than anybody out there. We are the hardest working people in this industry, and we're going to prove that, especially when we go full time. Guys, we were part time the last year, and we still worked harder than every single podcast, every spaces, every single person in the space. Ordinal Revolution will be on top. We will be #1. There's nothing nobody can do about it. Watch if you want to watch. Don't watch if you don't.
Damn, Skippy. That's something I will 100% get behind. Okay. So let's go ahead and put up the BRC 20s here. Talk about some fungible tokens. All right. So jumping straight into Ordi, we see. Okay, we're going to actually do the 24-hour because that's what's hot recently. So Jigo is back there at that #1 spot of 492.
What is Jigo?
Dude, I honestly at this point, like, like just running the Unisat like freaking updates are just, to me, I'm clueless here. Jigo, not clueless because, like, look, man, like, I'm not researching Jigo right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're focused on freaking Node Monkeys. We're focused on Ordi. We're focused on this stuff. And then, yes, is there new stuff that's coming out like on BRC 20s? Yeah, but not really. You can see even from the volume, right? But Jigo is something that has been there the past 2 updates. So we'll definitely dive further into that. It's up 492% on the 24-hour volume. PIIE is up 99.8% on 24-hour volume. And then you have SatX. And SatX, I believe, is a part of the SatX exchange there, but I will get confirmation.
Is it really?
I believe. Let me.
Crap.
So I'm going to follow up with that just to make sure. It's down 24% on 24-hour volume, though. Number 4, ETH is down or up 0.6%. AINN. This token is actually in the Merlin seal, so I believe this is a utility Chinese token. It's up 2.56% on 24-hour volume. PIIN is up to 5.88% on 24-hour volume. FSP is up 29.88% on 24-hour volume. BIDP up 35.71% on 24-hour volume. BDIN up 4.65%. Then you have BNB down 99.2%. Track is down 2.9%. Track shot up to like $7, almost $8 with the whole like airdrops. But man, like, I feel like every time Track gets momentum right now, it just gets sold off back to $5 and it hangs out there. We'll see what happens once things like the whole BRC 20 space gets more bullish. DEPD is down 27.37%. You have INDS up 16.67%. Stats up 4%. Then you have SCAT, SCAT, down 32.9%. You have Ordi up 9.6%, and it's at $85.27. So this is one of the tokens, one of the only tokens that's like mainstream, that's starting to get momentum. And we think it's because of that partnership with Unisat and OKX. So once this gets past like $95, heading to 100, breaks past 100, then the rest of the BRC 20 space will start to get alive again. Until then, we're really waiting on Ordi, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
ITMP is up 13.05%. RSK, no volume there. This Chinese character token, no volume there. AI dot is no volume. Row up is up 60.06%. Sitting at 2068. Then you have WOOG up 69.26% in 24-hour volume. And then you have PUPS up 9.47% in 24-hour volume. And that is the BRC 20 market update. BRC 20 is boring right now, guys, just because we're waiting on Ordi, but hopefully something happens there.
I'll take you guys over to something not boring. We call it BRC 420, and we went over it really quickly earlier, but we'll just go over it again really quickly. So BRC 420 is flying right now. They're sitting. We got the blue box is sitting at 0.588. We got the minerals sitting at 0.5 2, 3. Wow, dude. Wow. Just wow.
Was it at?
Absolutely insane.
Oh, okay, 14. Yeah,
$1,400, 47. Yeah, 1,440. This is insane, man. Like I thought these
that
would do
is
well,
crazy.
but it's you threw a number at me earlier and blew my mind. Where do you see these going to again?
Me personally, I see them going. This is not financial advice at all, but I see these going to a minimum of 10K whenever everything is like going ballistic on Merlin and stuff, and minimum, because I've been in other projects to where the token supply is very similar, and that token specifically reached like 40,000, and it was in a staking mechanism, which these will be in as well. So, we'll just have to kind of see.
Yeah, man. And then we have the song about NFTs. Then you have 0.0277, around $1,700.
Yeah,
Wow.
those shot up for sure.
And then
They
we have the
shut
blue
up for
wands
sure.
sitting at $223. It's at 65 cents. And the last one I'm going to check. I'm not going to check. Maybe you check the key, but I'm not checking the key. To take the dragon. Damn, Dragon Ball. Ugh, I missed on this
What
one.
is that
Yeah,
at?
$142.89.
Yeah, so that's a part of that game. I think that's why
Yeah.
it's jumping up.
And I'll just go over. If you guys type in Ordinal Revolution and hit enter button, our pass comes up. We have $24,000 in volume right now. We have oh wow, the floor is $1,000. Let's
Yep.
go. You
There's
guys are
not very
bullish
many
on us
left
right
right now.
now.
Yeah.
There's only 7 here.
Yeah, because people want to hold them because there's like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff coming out, right? So that's why they're excited about it.
All right. I'll let you take the next one.
What is the next one here? Let's see. Guess we could hit on Atomicals.
We haven't been over there in a while, yeah.
Yeah, so this will be the last one we do for the weekend update here, but let me pull that up. Well, actually, you can hit on Merlin stuff after this.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so I'm actually going to bring up my chart or my list here because I do this every day. So you can see here, Atom is at $171 million market cap, down 7%. Quark is the one that has like, I think 15,000 holders. So this one is one to kind of just watch. It's at 43 million, down 4% on the day. SoFun is at $26 million market cap, plus 3%. Electron, $14 million market cap, plus or minus 0, no movement. Realm is at $6.27 million market cap, down 4%. AVM is at $3.2 million, up 18%. So this is a big winner. AVM is the big winner on the day for the ARC20s. Then you have Neutron at 2.1 million, down 29%. Big hit there. DMET 630,000, down 3%. Proton 420,000, down 5%. BitVM 357,000, plus 6%. Rect 290,000, down 0.91%, barely moved. Atomicals at 252,000, down 20%, and then Quantum at 213,000, down 7%, and then you have iCals, whatever you want to call it. A lot of these are memes, guys. It's 189, and it's plus or minus 0, so no movement there. And then if I bring up the let's bring up the collection here, Atomical Market. Is it .com? Let me see. You know what?
Yeah, I think you're right. Atomicalmarket.com, yeah. Atomicals with an S.
No,
it's actually, no S. Yeah. No S. Yeah.
You can see the toothy here once it pulls up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Sitting at $738. Guys, like, so if Atomicals comes back here and it runs up, like the toothies were at the all-time high, what? Like, weren't they at like $2,500? Yeah.
It was $2,000, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have Fish Face Man at $29. That ended up tanking. But yeah, so Scientists at $499. But yeah, they're trying to grow here. Some reason there's a lot of people that have like a lot of faith in them in terms of platforms. But that's the ARC and Atomicals update.
Yeah, and I'll take you guys over to the Merlin side of things. So we have here. So this is not looking good for Voya. This broke the trend line here. That's been going for a while now. We could see it dip back down to about $3, or I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it might come back up into the trend as well. That tends to happen sometimes. I'm not a TA guy. I just know that this is normally not a good sign. Jumping over to Hoo-Hoo, we got Hoo-Hoo just taking a dump right now. It is down a lot, but Hoo-Hoo does this. That's kind of what Hoo-Hoo does. So it's broken, again, it's on a downward trend, and that trend is still very strong. Jumping to the Merlin box, this is something that I didn't get into, but it's actually looking pretty healthy. And it's definitely on the downward, but it's definitely looking pretty healthy. You could see a pop there, not financial advice. And then we'll see this one over here, which is the Merlin land. Yeah, same thing. All right. And then I think that's it for the Merlin token. So,
yep. So that should cover everything, guys. That's hot right now. This coming up week should be a big week. We got a lot of stuff going on with Ordinal Revolution. We're still making partnerships with our OG Pass. There's some stuff that exciting stuff happening. Hopefully the Foxy testing is going to be happening this week. Unicross should be finishing up their testing. A lot of big stuff happening. I think March is going to be one of those months that the cycle that is going to, people are going to look back at and be like, man, there's a lot of stuff that was released and a lot of activity. Jeff said in our space, he's looking at the mid-March area to things to get really crazy and active on Merlin. So exciting times.
Yeah, and I'll take you guys over to ordinalrevolution.com. Definitely check this out, guys. Like I said, you guys can get your tickets 21% off right here. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you guys can quick page to our store. But before we go into that, I just want to check out these amazing articles that we're doing here, guys. And we are going to be putting more and more articles here. The content is going to be absolutely amazing. And we cover everything. We cover tracking this one. And then we have so many more. We've been doing it for so long. But if you guys need merch for, let's just say you're going to Nashville or going to Hong Kong like we are, potentially you guys can come in here and we've got some amazing stuff. We got some Bitcoin frogs here, and you can hit the view all, and we have so much more, guys, so much more. We got hoodies, we got No Monkeys hoodies, we got all types of different stuff. So yeah, just check this out. We got Quantum Cats, you got Yagobi's pink node monkey here to send nodes, and you got some Shizzy, you got some Yagobi stuff as well. So check that out. And we appreciate you guys.
Yep. I think that's it. Oh, the last thing is, if you are interested in hearing like what we're thinking, join our membership. It's only $10 a month. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But look, people pay $10 a month and ended up getting $1,000 OG pass airdropped. Right? Not saying that that's going to happen all the time, but just we want to reward our community and give back. So, and I think that's it, man. Yeah, great show.
Yeah, man, it's great, amazing show, and we appreciate you guys watching. If you cannot watch, you can definitely listen. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on all streaming platforms, so check us out there. And I just don't think you guys are bullish enough. What do you think? You think they're bullish enough?
Not yet, but hopefully they get there.
See you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.